Hi Jags fans, it's Andy the Mackem Jag, weekly vlog to look at all things Partick Thistle, and obviously after yesterday's result it's a very positive vlog this week. Tremendous result yesterday against Partick Thistle. I've had an opportunity to watch the highlights on Jags Zone, and all round I don't think anybody could argue that it wasn't a very good performance. I think Ian McCall had it nailed when he said that it could have easily finished something like 5 or 6-3, and that wouldn't have been an unreasonable result had chances gone in at both ends. So yes, a very entertaining match, isn't it? Just typical, the one game I do spend the money on get up happens to be Dunfermline, and then obviously since then it's just been one victory after another, so obviously huge personal disappointment in terms of getting up, but absolutely fantastic in terms of the way the results have gone. I didn't think we were brilliant against Queen of the South last week. It was one of those results that if you grind it out, if you've got the fitness, the desire to do well as the game progresses, then fingers crossed you pick something up by the end. So we got the win, and that was great. Yesterday, it certainly looks as if it was a much better performance. We played very well for most of the game. You know, they probably had one good spell of pressure, and you know, it's about taking your chances at any level of football. We took our chances, and we ended up running out 3-1 victors. It wasn't plain sailing. You just have to look at the goal we conceded, and as the guy who does the Jags Zone commentary mentioned, you know, it's still a weakness. We still have this tendency to you know, leave players in the middle of the penalty area, especially from any sort of cross, whether it be a free kick or a corner, and we just suffer every time, and we suffered again. But fortunately, we're a team that can put the ball in the net at the other end, and increasingly that seems to be the way that redemption's going to come in our season. We are very good going forward. In fact, on the counter-attack, I think we're as good as any team in that league. We are devastating on the counter-attack. You know, it's fast moves, it's players being in the right position. Zanata's got a great turn of pace. Kenny Miller, not the quickest in the world anymore. Positional sense when we do break, it's absolutely fantastic. So, you know, when it comes to being under pressure, releasing a good ball from the area, and when Bannigan's in form, you're going to get a lot of good balls. We progress up the field very quickly, and you know, yesterday it paid dividends. We got 3 goals and we won the game really well. You know, this is against a team second in the league. You know, these weren't a pushover. It's not like playing Pennycoop or Stenhousemuir. This was a quality team that we've now beaten both home and away, you know, by a substantial margin. In terms of the goals, I mean, I'm not Alex Jones' biggest fan. I'm not going to hide that. Yesterday could have been a one-off. I don't know. He's been injured. Maybe Ian McCall's turned the situation around. But what a fantastic goal. He took the ball tremendously well, and it was a beautiful finish. You know, especially the footage from behind the goal. The goalie did everything right, and he put it to the opposite side to where most people thought would have gone. That was a tremendous finish. The second goal, I would put that down to poor defending as much as anything else. You know, ball bobbling about the area, and it's usually what you'd expect us to be on the receiving end for. But at the end of the day, Stephen Saunders scored a goal. There's no criticism of him for that from me. His defensive frailties, I feel, is still there, but he does score valuable goals for us, there's no doubt about it. And the final finish, I mean, yeah, how the hell did he squeeze that in from that angle? It was a tremendous piece of skill. You know, fans and manager probably clamouring for him to go to the corner, keep the ball there until time ran out, but it was an audacious finish, and you know, it just really capped a really good game. Both teams had a substantial number of chances, and you know, one thing I do want to comment on is just how well both goalkeepers played. You know, it wasn't just Scott Fox. Their lad was tremendous as well. Both keepers pulled off outstanding saves. You know, and at times kept both their teams in the game. So I think Ian McCall's right. You know, 5 or 6-3 had the goalies been even slightly off form would have been a totally realistic result. I mean, we're Partick Thistle, so has Christmas come early? Is that Christmas over? Or is this to start something more substantial? I don't agree with Ian's comments about, you know, it's sort of 5 wins, a draw, and 1 defeat in the last 7 games, because I've said before, some of those were cup games against lower teams, games I just expect us to win. It's really when we've got that sort of form in the league, then we can start being a threat. But we're third bottom. If somebody had said a month ago, would you be happy with that? I would have said yes. Obviously not quite so happy now. There's a little bit of optimism. He's going to be backed in the transfer window, and with 2 or 3 suitable signings, then maybe, you know, I keep saying this, and the following week it goes down, and maybe 4th place isn't beyond us. But, you know, I still think a sort of 5th or 6th place finish, and I'll take the Challenge Cup if we can get past Wraith Rovers. That's going to be really tough. And whoever we got in the final, we just have to see how it goes. Well, it's Cali Thistle again, you know, you've got to fancy our chances because, you know, we seem to have a bit of a voodoo on them. In terms of the cup game, I've seen a lot of stuff online, and you know, I share the disappointment of people who, you know, why are they getting the John Lambie stand? It just shouldn't be happening. That should have been our stand. I would have even given up the Colin Weir one. So I'm a bit disappointed in that. But as I say, if it's money in the box, sorry about the beeping there, timer's going off. Money in the bank, place for signings, that's great. So once again, thank you for watching. As I say, sorry about the beeps at the end. Please leave your comments, and I look forward to getting up really soon. Always a Jag.